Hey guys, Mr. Talbot here for you. This is your tutorial video for the Topic 2.4 Not So Dark Ages assignment. Really important assignment for us, obviously, in that it's a huge part of your grade, but it's also going to do a great job of preparing you for the essay portion of the Unit 2 test. So I want you to take your time, do a good job. This video is going to be a little bit longer, so I want to take you through each of the steps. Some of the steps are going to hopefully feel somewhat familiar from earlier in this unit. That's kind of the idea. So the first thing, kind of what you're going to eventually be doing, you're going to pick one region to study. And we're going to kind of zoom in on the time period about 1000 to 1500 CE. We're going to leave Europe behind. We've been focusing on them for a couple of the topics this unit. And we're going to kind of look at what was going on in the rest of the world. Then you're going to make a multimedia project that kind of emphasizes some key points. But with it, we're also going to be doing some of those lateral reading skills where we find credible information and make an annotated bibliography. Finally, you're going to be posting in Schoology and responding to a couple peers where we're going to be comparing and contrasting. So lots of this assignment, that's why it's worth 12 points, so really, really important. The first step, kind of, and again, you don't want to be skipping any of these processes, is you got to go to this Sign Up Genius, this thing highlighted in yellow for you. In the Sign Up Genius, it's going to look like this page. We want to have a variety of things in the discussion board. So we've got 5 different categories that you can kind of focus on. Pick the one you're the most interested in. Once you sign up, you are stuck with it. So you might want to do a little initial research first, or just once you pick, go ahead and commit. So you go all the way to the sign up, I'll get an email. That's kind of how I'll know you started the project and what extra support you might need. Once you've got it picked, you're going to pick the link that corresponds with that one. For our example, I'm going to be saying I signed up for the West African Kingdom. So I click on the sign up button. I would have gone through that whole process. Again, you might get to it and it might already be filled up. Again, there's only 8 options. So keep that in mind. So when I click on this West African Kingdoms, I'm going to use this link to do all of step 2. I'm not finding any of my own resources yet. You're just using the one that I gave you. So I've got this little bit here, and what I need to be finding first off is kind of the overall time period. Again, I want to focus on 1000 to 1500 CE. And so for this, I'm going to say, okay, I see this stuff about BC. That's definitely not going to be relevant, but the 1400s and 1600s, okay, that sounds good. So maybe a key term I might copy here is going to be the Kingdom of Ife. So all I'm kind of trying to find right now is some key search terms. Okay, now I'm going to look, all right, so I see ancient Ghana, Mali, and Sangay, all kind of fitting into my time period here. So I'm going to throw those in there as well. Okay, so that's kind of what you do. And now I also want to be picking out any specific vocab, any specific people. So I see in this article there's this guy named Mansa Musa. So I'm going to go ahead and throw them in there as well. As I would read about accomplishments, civilizations, that kind of thing, that's what I would be putting in here. So maybe that's stuff about, the metalworking or things like that. Okay, real basic research, don't even need complete sentences yet. This is just to give you a good idea of kind of what you should be Googling. If you find something interesting, you got the column D to be filling in. So I decided that I wanted to do a little research on Mansa Musa. So all I did initially, I just Googled Mansa Musa. And so then, we want to find a good, reliable source that we can use for our actual information. So we're finding our own source now. We know we don't want to use Wikipedia, so I'm going to check out this one. Now, this is going to be a repeat of the skill we worked on with the Renaissance artists where you did some lateral reading. So I'm going to model that here. Again, more detail if you go back to the topic 2.1 assignment. But before I want to read this article, I want to make sure it's credible. So I see it's from nationalgeographic.org. Okay, I want to find out if that's credible. The fact that it's a .org does not make it credible. Let me say that again. The fact that it is a .org does not make it credible. That cannot be your reasoning. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in nationalgeographic.org wiki. The reason I type that in is most good, credible websites, and especially from organizations, are going to have a Wikipedia page. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open that. And I'm not looking for information about Mansa Musa here. I'm just looking for information that's going to make me trust that this is a credible source. So I would see something like it's one of the largest nonprofit scientific organizations in the world, and it was founded in 1888. And it includes these. And so I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it into my organizer down here on step 2. So this is for Mali, because we're looking for Mansa Musa. You know, what was the rule of Mansa Musa like? Be a research question I have. What was the Kingdom of Ghana like? Okay, I'm going to type into the evidence and sources credible what I copied from there. I'm going to put it in quotes just because I want to make sure when I get to the end that I am going to put it into my own words. In here, I put any information that's going to help me learn what the rule of Mansa Musa was like. URL is just the guy up here. And then since I can't find the author here, I'm just going to say the publisher is National Geographic. And then in here is where I would put all of my notes. Okay, so that's kind of repeat of topic 201. But the most important thing is getting good information, but also making sure it's from a credible source. It's a big part of our score on this. Kind of got room for 2 more tables. I think 3 good sources you use is going to get you far enough over on the selecting relevant sources, and it's probably also going to give you enough information for your multimedia project. I would encourage you to search for at least 2 different groups within each of them. Each of these regions has multiple groups you can look at. I would be looking at least 2, probably 3 of them. So for the ancient Americans, I'd probably look at both the Aztec, Inca, and the Maya. Do at least 2, hopefully do all 3. For Africa, we've got West Africa, I should say, we've got Ghana, we've got Mali, we've got the Asante, we've got a lot to pick from in Africa. So now, kind of once I get all those filled out, I'm going to make my annotated bibliography. So I'd make a good credible source citation using my citation maker, and then I need to include an evaluative statement from the source. Okay, the evaluative statement is where I would use this information here. Now, this is a direct quote, so I want to put this information into my own words. So I would have my citation from National Geographic here. I use that citation maker that I linked there, and I'm going to copy that into our table here, okay? Then underneath it, I'm going to write an evaluative statement, okay? So I'd say National Geographic is a reliable organization and source for history since it has been around 1888 and is the largest educational nonprofit in the world. Okay, that would be enough to say it's credible. To get further over, I'd say this is useful since their expertise and focus on helps me with obviously I want to clean that up for punctuation and all that, but that's kind of how I would do that. You want to do that for each of your sources, so hopefully having 3 sources by the end. Then you're going to make a multimedia presentation. Multimedia is just some way that you present information. I got you a big list of here. I don't particularly care which one you use. I'd encourage you to use more than one. That's going to help you score higher on the scoring guide. You could put it all into one Google slideshow where you kind of made your own timeline and your own diagram and then put it on. That's fine. Whatever you use, though, it's got to be something you're doing something with originally. So whether it's a timeline you make from scratch, whether it is a map that you make or a map that you found and then added your own annotations and notes to, or whether it is a primary source that you did an analysis and explained why it's working. All of those are possible options. Just make sure it is something that you created yourself. Again, always email me if you need more information, okay? So we can kind of see down here, the key on doing good on multimedia is that you go beyond just facts to kind of explaining the facts and why they're important, emphasizing. To get to that advantage, you want something really good and engaging and interesting. And to do that, that's where you want to have more than one way that you're presenting this information. That's how you get to be more engaging, and that's how you can emphasize more specific key points. Relevant sources, again, make sure you have an annotated or works cited. Otherwise, without that evaluative statement, you're going to end up with a 1. So make sure you've got good citations and then explain why they're credible and why they're useful. Finally, You're going to go in the Schoology. You're going to be posting in the topic 2.4 assignment, which is in our red folder here. You're going to be sharing your information, all of your multimedia, so that people can check it out. Then you're going to respond to 2 different people. I want you to pick 2 different people that picked from a region that you were not researching. This is going to give you great information for when you're filling out your study guide and for when you're doing your essay. So I want to be responding to different peers. Compare and contrast your civilization to theirs in your response. You're not giving feedback on what you think of their presentation. You're comparing your civilization to theirs. So hopefully that helps, because I know it's a ton of information. As always, email me if you got any questions.